Hello players, today we have for you Reroll Back to the Throne, a 2D platformer, the poster child for single playthrough thinking with just the cherry on the top of its finished fuck it get it out there mentality. So as always, let's start on the positives of the game. On a purely technical level, the game works. You have jump, movement and attack available to you. Using these you need to get to the end of each level, collecting coins along the way. The graphics are actually quite nice. I know it's just another pixel-based art style, but you can tell what everything is supposed to be, and a little helping gnomes, well, they're 10 out of 10 cute. Okay, well that's enough being nice. The game falls down in every part you would expect from a paid game. The variety, like a YouTuber's dignity, is just missing. Each level gives you 4 enemies, a flying one, a walking one that can only be attacked from behind, and shooting totems, and over the 4 stages they just repeated and reskinned. So not expanding on the gameplay, but instead offering the same challenge through its 4 stages, much like a toast sandwich. You better love what's on offer, because it's only what you're going to get through your playthroughs. But this is the thrift shop of choices when compared to the bosses. You have single attack patterns, making them less of a challenge of skill and more of your skill to deal with tedium. Also, being the only killable enemies that are not one hit one kill, do we think that maybe we could have asked for a graphic sprite showing them being hit? I mean, it's such a shame as the graphics are otherwise good in the game, but that little added personality that bosses could have added something extra. But this is a theme we're going to see throughout this game. Platformers for me generally fall into 2 camps. You have speedrunners and test runners, and this comes into test runners. But for this to succeed, the level design and difficulty both need spot on. The hardest part of the game is the easiest enemies, as the flying bats are weak, but due to not having an up attack, that when these are above you and you have to go up, you're just going to have to take the hit. A huge problem early in the game, but as you play through, the difficulty is actually taken away from you. Those lovely gnomes I mentioned early in the game give you power-ups, but there is only 2 of them. One gives you increased health total, the other fills your health bar a little. Yeah, I know the second one ain't a power-up but consumable, but anyway, when you die in this stage, you are put back to the start with half your health. Well, once you max out the health, which I had done by the end of the 2nd level, you can just start tanking stages. And with nothing additional to find in the levels, there is no reason to explore. I mean, the distance between checkpoints is very small, but the difficulty curve is actually all over the place. I'm sorry to drag out a single point, but the difficulty curve really bugs me in this game. The hardest part for me was about the 4th stage in the 1st level. By this point I hadn't increased my health, and all I had to do was jump over lasers, then kite a bat, run back quite a bit so it wasn't coming from me from above, turn around and hit it all the time while jumping the lasers. Again and again you had to do this about 14 times, and this wasn't so much challenging as it just was boring, again just trying to test your tedious level. You can skip to further levels from the start screen, but without having extra health these become very hard, not due to adding extra skills needed, but just by placing shooting lasers on every platform. And when you add in not being able to look down and needing to fall down, you just have to hope that it's not shooting when you fall down. See, this is not such an issue when you have that bigger health, you can tank the hit, but the less life, it just turns the game into a dice roll. And don't expect it always to be obvious. I mean, this just compounds the frustration within the game, with leaps of faith becoming way too common, and even small thoughts like a stage which you have to run through continually, being followed on the next screen by a narrow edge, or going into a cave system for the next stage to be in clear blue sky. Just all shows a lack of either thought or useful feedback. And when a game challenges you and you die, you want it to be your fault, not just because you decided to jump down what looked like a natural route, for it just not to be. The lack of power-ups really does add another scoop of vanilla to this vanilla sundae, as you can attack with your spear and have a jump, but this is not changed through the game and could have been a very easy way to add some variety to the game. So if you remember those power increases that we said that you can get from the gnomes, well, you have to buy them, and because there's only 2 of them, you don't get any other weapons, any other change jump styles, there's nothing to try and avoid. The only pickups through the game are little bits of health. So in summary, the challenge of the game is all over the place, and if you play from the start and have power-ups which greatly reduce the curve, giving the player no sense of achievement, and the fun of the game is doused due to the lack of variety within the levels, and the game is only £2, so I would not expect this to be the next Castlevania. But if only the one part of the game offered choice and some variety, then I could say yeah, but as it was, the decision has to be
no, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no, no.